Man, let's get to Sunday night's game. I'm after this past week. How are we feeling?
I'll be
I,
there.
I gave, I gave, I, I gave some stats. Defensively, we're 20th in points per drive. We're 23rd in yards per drive. That's given up. Offensively, it's fantastic. We're second in points per drive. We're third in yards per drive. We've talked about how bad the pass rush has been. Derrick Nnadi is ranked 119th out of 119 defensive tackles, and he is our starting defensive tackle right next to Chris Jones. We
Why
gave
did we
up.
bring him back?
We traded for him, and
I
don't
know.
forget we cut Hershon Wharton, who is currently 71st out of 119.
It makes no
I don't
sense.
know.
I, and why you wanted to talk about earlier in the show there, Sean, that a lot of people regard Spags as one of the best defensive coordinators. I didn't
I
like him
That
still
was
when he
stand by
came
terrible.
in.
that.
That
Or
was terrible.
Tybo, you said that. I didn't like him when he came in. He's changed my mind. I still he's very good. I still have some cautionary items around him, but you've got that issue.
Cautionary
You've
items.
you've got the way that we're performing, and then you've got Nohl Williams, who's the number one ranked DB in the league by the metrics that he's been able to put up, and yet he's still struggling to get more than like 8 snaps at most in a game. And we're giving up 300 and some odd yards passing. We're giving up 200 here. We're giving up touchdowns there. He's played up against two or three of the best receivers on teams that we've gone against, some of the best in the league, and he's given up one reception for 10 yards. He's broken up the rest, or they're just not targeted because of how good he is. What is the point of this defense? What are we doing?
Save him for those very big moments against those really good receivers. That's essentially what they're doing right here. So I'm expecting him to play against Amon-Ra St. Brown this week. I expect him to have at least 20 snaps this weekend, especially after having what, four this past week?
20 is too low. 20 is too low for him. He needs to be playing.
He
He
hasn't
needs to
had
be
more
out
than
there.
he hasn't had more than 25 snaps all season though.
Don't care. Because listen, here's the issue: is we're playing McDuffie on the outside, and then we're playing Jalen Watson on the other side, and we've got Chamari Connor who's coming in to play the slot, which is where McDuffie is best at. So why are we not taking out Chamari Connor and putting Nohl Williams on the outside so that Trent McDuffie can play his preferred and better position in covering the slot, where also Amon-Ra St. Brown will be.
That's
He,
Spags,
li-
man.
he
I don't
lines up
know.
I mean,
there
call
80%,
call
80
him and
plus
call
percent
him
of
and
the
ask
time.
him, dude. Like you got to figure it out, dude. Put. I,
This is on you now.
but look,
I
I
just
I
I don't get
honestly
it.
I think on both sides of the ball, I believe in the team's ability to bounce back. Like Chris Jones, while he doesn't have the stats um this season, like he's only got 4 tackles. I don't know, he might have a sack or two, but the
Two and a
stats
half.
for him really aren't there. I believe outside of recorded pressures, like I mean, I feel like he's still influencing a lot of plays, but we have I think increasingly seen him take plays off. Um,
Big plays off.
it's tough to talk about him in a time like this when it comes to losing a family member. But I like I said, I believe in both sides of the ball and these guys' ability to bounce back. It's a tough situation when you lose a game that you probably expect to win. We're 2-3 now, and every game should feel like a playoff game from here on out. Like
Yes, too.
if we don't put more in the W column, we might miss the playoffs, man. Like
For
it's
comfortability, I'm giving us like we for comfortability purposes in making the playoffs and having seeding wise, we've got one more loss in us the rest of the season. For comfortability purposes, we've got one more loss in us the rest of the season. If you lose more than one more game the rest of the season, it starts to become very uncomfortable in terms of being like making the playoffs and in terms of seeding.
One more game and be a 13-4 team. That's
I
pretty
I'm no, no,
hard
no.
for
I'm saying
seeding
no,
in
no, no.
playoffs.
I'm saying for comfortability. You start losing more than 4 games, it starts to become there's going to be some uncomfortableness that comes from it in
Oh
terms
yeah, yeah, yeah.
of seeding and whatnot, because you're going to have two teams coming out of, I believe at this point in time, we've got two teams coming out of the East. You have one team coming out of the North. You've got two teams coming out of the South, and then you'll have two teams coming out of the West. And obviously the Chargers have their health issues, but they can always be scary. The Broncos just beat the Eagles. I think that's a team to worry about as well. Where we're sitting right now with how we're playing, we're going to have to one more game for comfortability purposes with what's going on inside the AFC West right now. That's the comfortability purpose going on.
How many times has he said comfortability?
I lost track.
That's a
I
fine.
was tranced.
Um, but like it's a tough team to have a bounce back game against. The Lions are a rough matchup to say we need to have a bounce back week, because regardless of how comfortable Ty Bob is, I don't want to be 2-4, dude. 2-4 looks ugly as hell.
It's been quite a few years since we've seen a 2-4 record as well,
Yeah.
too. So don't take us back there.
It doesn't feel
Don't
good.
do it.
I'll tell you that. Offensively, I think we'll be able to keep up with these guys. Like if it goes back to what was it, 2018, 2019 against the Rams where Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes put up 60 points each. Like if I feel comfortable enough that we can do that given the injuries
We
that
lost
the
that
Lions
game.
have. Yes, we did. Hopefully we can come out on the other side of it if that's what it turns into. But I think that like if that's the way that the game is going, I think we can. I think we have the ability to do that. Regardless if Xavier Worthy is going to play or not, I think we can compete at that level offensively. Defensively is where the guys are going to have to step up because their offense is way too good. But defensively, the Lions are injured in the secondary. I think they're down to the cornerback 4 and cornerback 5 are going to be their starters. We'll be fine with Patrick Mahomes. He's on pace to have nearly a career year. He's just on pace for just under 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and he is on pace to rush for another 1,000 yards as well. So he can put up
That would
he's
be
putting up some
nuts if
big
he
numbers.
rushes for 1,000, dude. I
It will be
swear,
gross.
man.
It will be gross.
I mean, oh, man.
Is he still the leading rusher on the team right now?
I think
Yes,
so.
by and
I thought
large,
so.
it's not even
Yeah.
close.
Now, I think Patrick can definitely shred up that secondary that the Lions have, but how is that right side of the offensive line going to handle up against the Lions' rush defense?
That's a very valid question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Juwan Taylor had a pretty good week last week against the Jags, and they've got a
Still
pretty
had
decent.
a still had a penalty or two though, right?
That no, he was given one penalty that was not his fault. It was the one penalty was lining up incorrectly, and it was Tyquan
Receiver's fault.
Thornton
Yeah.
who left him uncovered. He did not have a penalty last week, which is the first time this season.
Crazy.
And maybe he doesn't get a penalty this week. We'll be able to tell early if it's going to be a Jalen Moore game because he's going up against a really solid pass rush. We're going to be
Stop
having
it.
a tight end
Stop it.
on
You
that
know it's not a
side.
Jalen Moore game. Stop.
It could be. It very well could
It's
be.
not. It's not going to be a Jalen Moore game. Just stop.
I'd like to see it.
I would too. I would love to see it, especially if Jawan keeps having those penalties. But they're not going to get put or bench Jawan right now unless he's hurt.
You've given me an idea.
Okay, bud.
Dude, he's calling Aiden Hudson like a
Bro, come on, Aiden.
some
Aiden,
rat.
come
Bite a
on.
kneecap, bro. Bite a kneecap.
Dan Campbell's
Specifically
already telling
Jawan's.
him that, so like I don't. That would just be redundant.
He's telling him to bite the
Yeah, thanks,
quarterback's
man.
knee. I'm telling him to bite the right tackle's knee.
Go Chiefs.
Wow. That's it. That's all the analysis that these two boys have. Appreciate it.
I mean, I feel like it was fairly extensive.
I was waiting for Tybo to get in there and do something.
Do something, man.
So what I'm waiting on the defense to do. Get in there and do something.
Anything. Anything at all.
Is Omar Norman Lott going to be healthy for this game? We obviously haven't. He hasn't gotten a ton of snaps. It's kind of in the same situation as Nohl Williams, but I think he was out last game due to an illness. You think he's going to be back this week? Can we get some snaps out of the man?
If he was out
Seeing that
for an
Derrick
illness,
Nnadi is
yeah.
ranked so terribly, yeah, we should.
Should, even if he's
Now's
sick,
the time.
put him out there.
Yeah,
If
screw
he's
it.
if he's sick, maybe he gets the other team's offensive lineman sick. Like,
Josh
and
Simmons was sick this past week and he was fine.
Played really well.
play him, Spags.
Do it.
Go Chiefs.
Pick him.
This guy,
Forgetting.
this guy hates this. All right, all right. Chiefs at home against the Lions. Sunday night football. Are 2.5 point favorites. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
No, you're not. You cannot tell
That's
me
a
who's
lie.
realistic.
That's a
Have it
lie.
written. Have it written right here. Taking the Chiefs. I don't trust the Lions
It's
secondary.
the Lions aren't the Bills. That makes sense. I get it.
The Lions are not
Chiefs
the
all
Bills.
day.
I am a Bills fan.
Call it, Tommy.
Yeah. Chiefs.
All right. That covers Sunday night football. So let's get to the rest of the slate for Pick'em
We're
here.
gonna have a gritty 3-3 on our hands, man. A gritty 3-3.
Ready 3-3.
The worst 3-3 possible because we lost to the freaking Jaguars, dude. Trevor Lawrence aggravates the out of me, dude.
He has to after the
He
after
fell
last week.
down. He fell down, bro, and beat
And
us.
got up.
He fell down and beat us.
He fell down, got up, fell down again, got up, and then ran.